Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we're going to be continuing with Midweek Magic. As the time of this recording, we tried the first five, well, to be precise, we tried 3 out of the first 5. There is if you haven't seen it, there is a bug with the Zori's Control deck and the Jeskai Tenko deck. The deck, Gladiator is supposed to have decks with 100 cards. Guess how many cards this deck has? Yeah, so there is 1 card missing off that one. The same is true for Azori's Control. They're missing 1 card as well. So what happens is if either you or your opponent is playing with one of these 2 decks, you're not gonna get paired up at all. The system will burn 1 minute and it will break it off. That said, we do have many other decks to choose from. The other 8 are still fine. We already did the first 3, quite interestingly. We're gonna do the next ones as well. We'll start with the deck that everyone seems to be playing last time we left off, Rakdos Reanimator. So the basic premise of this is there's a bunch of incidental mill, and you want that because you want to reanimate your big stuff. It's also possible for you to just cast your big stuff normally, but ideally you want to be reanimating stuff. All the stuff you want to reanimate is right here on the right side. And let's look at our options for reanimation. Speaking of which, Outlaws of Thunder Junction is gonna bring Reanimate to Arena, so that's an interesting one. So now Priest of Oblivion, 6 mana, but it does have some cheap utility. Viconia, also a way to. Let's check the specialized options. Conjure a duplicate. Yeah, it's pretty much just conjure a duplicate, so it's not necessarily reanimation, but it is getting you extra cards. Inti is a way to discard cards. Let's see, the blood token self-discard. Rahilda's Smuggler's Copter, also a way to discard, pretty good. Let's see, Victimize. This is one of the This is a special guest. Definitely one of the decent ways of bringing back stuff. La Elia. Now, do note the Exile could backfire on you, but this is otherwise still a very solid card. A lot of the cards here are from Alchemy. So we do have to be careful with Bond of Revival and Burial Rites, Young Necromancer, Liliana Death's Majesty, Cruelty of Gix. Those are the primary ways of getting stuff back. Virtue of Persistence, still haunting the format as of late. But yeah, we're definitely gonna go for this. Haven't seen much of the other decks though. That is saying something. Okay, and we did match up fast, which means okay, so definitely want to do the Thoughtseize on turn 2, but it is concerning because we are missing mana for stuff. I actually might want to mulligan this since our opponent mulliganed already, but we'll keep for now. This is ultimately very sketchy. Thoughtseize is a way to discard cards. Do you want to discard with Thoughtseize? It's not so much as do you want to, but you might have to. So now that we know our opponent's running this deck, we don't have to Lightning Bolt right away. I actually might want to turn 1 Thoughtseize. Although if we do get stuck in mana, it's gonna really hurt us. Oh wait, this is different. So we're gonna snipe the Wall of Blossoms. Though arguably we probably should be sniping Ominous Traveler. I have to double check this one because I know Omniscience is not in the Tainted Pack deck. Also does not have access to green. One is not casting that right away either. But now we're probably gonna lose if we don't hit our third land anytime soon. Fabricate, Searcher, Show and Tell. At least I think it's Show and Tell. So we definitely want to hold on to Shieldred's Edict. If I can get the third land, I will start slamming Preacher to Schism, but we might also want to start forcing them to pitch cards. No, they're going for Wishclaw Talisman, so they are going to try to combo. So I'm actually going to... I'm actually kind of dubious what... Was there... I'm going to do a double check. Now this is activate only during your turn, so... Does our opponent have removal for this? So the primary plan now is that we need to start stripping out cards from our opponent's hand. Orcish Bowmasters is a good one to keep, actually. So I'm actually going to hold on to that. Also because we can snipe the Ominous Traveler. Opponent's going to go for Wishclaw Talisman. They might... If nothing else, at least we can show you how the combo is supposed to go off, or at least our opponent can. Opponent does have a Show and Tell. Each opponent may put creature, enchantment, or land card. So they're gonna try to drop Omniscience. We'll probably drop the Bonehead Dracosaur. Now let's see what spells they do drop. Abundant Harvest, they're gonna go for land or non-land. Sure. If they go for card draw at non-land, Seasons Past. Now they could actually recast a lot of these back, so that is a concern. Yeah, they're just going to return it right away. It's different mana cost, so they definitely went for the Fabricate. Abundant Harvest, they're gonna search for non-land. They don't need lands anymore at this point. Regrowth is, well, it's a good way to get this one back. Aetherflux Reservoir, oh, that's gonna be a pain. Now, how many spells have they cast since? Yep, that's a lot. We'll see how... Now, the trick is... If we can get them to cast... If we can get them to cast enough... Shipwreck Sifters, sure. Because they still have to spend the 50... Oh no, we have to actually... We actually have to burn this. Though they did draw and discard, so that's one thing. Now my only hope is that our opponent gets careless, but I think they'll still have enough life afterwards, so yeah, that's it. That was an Aetherflux Reservoir combo. I think that is one of the other decks that's there, so we're actually gonna do a quick look on that one. To be fair, we did manage to get lands, but we were not able. We were kind of combo control, we did not get the full combo. Yeah, that the deck we saw was Sultai Channel Storm. So definitely it's about Omniscience, Fabricate. So in hindsight, the correct thing to do was to take away the Omniscience. Now that we know what their setup is, given the choice, that's what we're taking away next time. We basically denied the most powerful spell. Now that we know that it is mostly tutors, it's really about knowing what you're up to. So that said, we can't actually keep this. We don't have anything to do with this. This one is more keepable. We will need to keep Inti. We'll need to keep Oliphant. Bone Shards is probably the one thing we can bin the Bonehorde Dracosaur. So we're gonna go Restless Vents turn 1, turn 2 Inti. Though ideally we don't want to play the Inti right away because we do want to get the. That said, if we see white or so, we'll see if our opponent has the burn spell for this or not. This could be Reanimator. This could also be Aristocrats. We definitely need to keep this for card draw. Opponent goes Doom Traveler. So this is an Aristocrat style deck. They might just have removal for this right away. Okay, no removal right away. We're fine. Edict is fine. So Pride actually can just discard the Edict. Okay, so we missed on the land. But what we can do is we can just Oliphant and cast Null Priest. So it's not a total wash. Opponent might have ramp, might have some sort of trick. Malakir Rebirth. Okay, not the worst. Oh, we can actually now play that card. So we'll draw the mountain. So now we have two choices. I can play this one, give up on Null Priest. Or I can just give up on the Savai Trio, which is actually fine. So this one is put on target attacking creature, so I could start stacking it on the Null Priest here. Also definitely want to attack. Let's see if our opponent has a way to block this, but we definitely want to attack first. Garrison Cat. Okay, so it's it's the small stuff. Opponent could. I might actually just discard we'll discard this one. Okay, we hit the Mana Confluence, which is good. We'll see how our opponent decides to block. Now, depending, okay, opponent is not gonna block, so we'll draw end of turn, take the 1 damage, then we just start keeping up the. Never mind, opponent concedes. Usually the aristocrats deck we'll go over that one. We'll go over that one next. Then we'll do the Sultai channel control. That's a bit more straight. That one's a bit more straightforward. We didn't get to reanimate, but we did get to do stuff. So the aristocrats deck, you saw all the small creatures, but what we were missing is the other half. So we're missing the effects that let you sacrifice creatures. Something like Bartolome. Okay, Totentanz makes creatures, and Yawgmoth is a very good one. And we're then looking for effects that that benefit you sacrificing. So like Judith, that will give 1 damage to any target. Cruel Celebrant, LS Ilkor. There's a Blood Artist as well. Mayhem Devil's also a very good one. Thankfully, they did not put Cat Combo in this particular version, but I would not be surprised. It's possible that because some Gladiator does have an extensive ban list. I'm actually gonna look for that. Oh no, it's just five. It's just those 5 cards. Okay. So not that extensive. That said, we cannot keep this one. No black whatsoever. This one we definitely can keep. Soul Ripper is probably gonna have to go. We definitely want to do turn 2 Jury if we can. Turn 2 Jury, turn 3 Denethor. This time we're missing the... Ooh, they even gave up a Giver of Runes. Let's see. Oh. We definitely want to play Anim Pakal first, if possible. Okay, that's fine. Caves of Koilos. So this is our way of generating all these smaller creatures. And then we can do something like, say... Butcher of the Horde next turn. Never mind, opponent concedes right away. We're seeing a lot of early concessions. It's good for me it's kind of half good, half bad in the sense that yeah, I'm able to go through all of these right away. At the same time, I kind of wish we had more of a match. Anyway, so let's go over that one deck that kind of ruined us, Sultai Channel Storm. So as you can see, it's all about casting lots and lots of spells. That's where the Storm card comes in. It also has Thassa's Oracle. It also has the Thassa's Oracle combo. So that is why I was really confused at first. But now that we know that it has 2 game plans instead of 1, so it has Emergent Ultimatum as 1 plan. Omniscience is another plan. We saw the Aetherflux Reservoir win, but there's also Tendrils of Agony as a win. So this is basically a mashup of decks. There is a defense grid to. There's a lot of cards that there's Weather the Storm also to keep yourself alive. But otherwise, we're seeing a lot of big stuff here. Also, the single channel here in case you want to land, say, the Chromatic Orrery. Paradox Engine's gonna be so nuts. There are lots of single cards that you can possibly hit here. Give this one a go. See how things pan out. So we do have the show and tell. We can also dress early if we need to, and we probably will. We're missing the green for our control here, but Okay, so opponent. So our opponent is. This does look more like standard Demir control. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. We do hit the Thassa's Oracle half. We're going to try to see if we can hit. Okay, we'll definitely take the Inquisition now. Though we know our opponent has no valid targets, so we're going to pass. The other card we did not take is Solve the Equation because we are missing lands. Opponent gave up an Impulse. Okay, we did hit Breeding Pool. So I can show and tell for Chromatic Orrery. But what do I get out of it? Would I be better off just Maelstrom Pulsing? Because our opponent's about to discard these cards. I say we take out their draw engine. If they want to get back the Rona by Viconia, they're going to have to pay for it. Also, there's a problem with show and tell. Our opponent does have stuff that they can put in. At least we got them to convince them to get rid of that. Also, Chromatic Orrery. Okay. Opponent just goes for that. And what's this? Enchant. Put target creature in the graveyard from battlefield under your control. Ooh, this is a problem. We can regrowth, but we don't have much to regrowth into. Unfortunately, we don't have the right cards to show and tell into. That's the problem. You could just go for it anyway. There's an argument that I probably should just take a peek. Yeah, let's just take a peek. Oh, okay, there's a valid cut down there. So if we were to go for regrowth, we don't get... Oh, it's just target card. Okay. Definitely have to take the Maelstrom Pulse again. We are taking a beating though. So this is definitely the wrong hand. Well, opponent does have all 5 mana. Probably Duress would have been a better one if I knew it would have denied them this one. Opponent's gonna start exiling our cards. Actually, they can specialize into blue, so they can get an instant or sorcery. So they're actually aiming for this. That said, the nature of show and tell is that we can do a lot of stuff. Opponent could specialize right away, but they want to exile another. They want to exile actual creature cards. Like if they don't exile, I probably will just I would probably just take Viconia and just take the beats for now. Or I could just... There's a Treasure Cruise, not helpful for us. Actually, yeah, we'll show and tell. Because this does give us the mana to Chromatic Orrery if we have to. And we know there's only one card they can put in. Now, which they're going for chapter 1, we will lose Thassa's... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Never mind. We can Veil of Summer to prevent that. I could deny them this, but we're gonna die to this. best bet is to take this one out first. Force them to spend the mana to get back Kefnet if they want to. Now, we should be able to Treasure Cruise if we need to. That Veil of Summer might have saved our bacon, not so sure. So at least we now know that we have the 8 mana to cast Treasure Cruise even if our opponent takes all our cards. Now we did not draw a card because opponent did not cast a spell. They actually just put it on the battlefield. Opponent's just going to start taking our spells away. Also, we don't have a good... Now that said, if we can luck into the Tainted Pact, luck into the Tainted Pact or luck into some form of shooter, because we have 8 mana on board. Right now, our way of winning is really by a hair's breadth. The fact that our opponent hasn't gone for getting back their stuff. The opponent finds something into another land, so they're definitely going for something to reanimate with. They might seek a card, not the most ideal play in the face of an opponent with 8 mana. Rusko Clockmaker. That's fine, considering that our straights are so dire anyway that it might not matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If our opponent just eats one more card here, I'll have to... If they don't, it will leave me with 4 mana, which is enough. I'm gonna Surveil first, see if we... Because we just need to hit that one card. Flooded Strand is not gonna do it, so that saves us 1 mana. So the question is, can we hit something? One with the multiverse. That's not gonna quite do it. One is gonna get back a creature. We're gonna try to see if we can survive. Though actually no, we can't survive. Our opponent can activate Hall of Storm Giants. Well, that was not the best matchup for us. But I guess it's time for us to move. It might be time for us to move on from this one. That's yeah. If you have no idea what your opponent's up to, sure. But we did get stuck behind. We didn't exactly hit any of our tutors or whatnot, so that's kind of our weakness there. Didn't exactly sample the hand we wanted. Also, at the same time, we do have 2 other decks to try. We're gonna try the Naya Bard class here. So this one is super straightforward. Bit of ramp. It's basically a curve out deck. I am very suspicious about this one. Well, I was also suspicious about the cow tech, but at least the cards there were a lot stronger. Like, are you seriously expecting us to try to? Okay, so its namesake is Bard class. What are the ways to tutor for this? And the answer is not so much. You're pretty much just casting regular stuff. I'm trying to see. There is a decent amount of card draw. Kellen Blood is just artifact or equipment. It's a lot of solid creatures. So it's a question of, so the Bard class is a bit of a misnomer. This is much closer to a Naya Zoo deck. Anyway, we'll see how it pans out. So I guess I guess we can annoy our opponent again by just starting turn one Ragavan. We'll see what our opponent has. If they have a really slow start, it's okay. This might be a slow start. So turn two, we have the option to Lightning Bolt. I would like to play Armored Scrap Forger if we have to. Let's, what? Rattle Claw Mystic. Okay, so Lightning Bolt it is. So probably don't want to cast World Soul Rage. We're gonna just cast the Armored Scrap Forger instead. Good thing we were able to deny that from our opponent though. Okay. We have white in hand. And actually with Armored Scrap Forger, we have the option to cast Yasharn first to ensure the rest of our land drops. Let's see what our opponent drops next. Their own Ragavan. Okay, interesting sequence. Because here, so I can do a Nimpakal, get myself get myself and start generating advantage this way. I can play with Gallias, attack with these three, discard a card, random draw two cards. I think I want to play it safe. We'll go Yasharn first. So this allows us three and a. I could swing with this one, just but we're gonna pass here because we definitely want more creatures if we're going for Gallia. Our opponent might just cast a Lovestruck Beast. That's fine. So Sir Joshua, Sir Saxon, I have not played this card in a long time. I did try this once. If you control Saxon, each card has Battle Cry. Okay, interesting. Now, I'm probably gonna wait it out. Reason being is that if I could sequence, if I could get the, but I do need. So double team is I have to attack with it first. Opponent's actually gonna sneak attack us. What's their big drop? Generous End. That's fine. Oh, if they're gonna hit us for 10. I'm fine with that. So they have to sacrifice that. Let's deny the generous end. Oh, we might lose the... Yeah, we did lose the Sir Joshua. That's fine. One is going to lose their entire board for our Anim Pakal, which I am kind of fine with. I might use Fable of the Mirror Breaker instead to just get stuff back. Now that they're just hard casting this, we... Yeah, they're not going to be... Yeah, opponent concedes. They gave up their whole grip. The sneak attack deck did not happen to hit the big creature they needed. So a bit unfortunate for them. Very fortunate for us. Bard class or none, we were able to play almost everything we had. That leaves us with one more deck to go through. And that would be Mono Green Elves. I haven't seen anyone try this out. But this should be the most straightforward. Now there is a little black. It's mostly for, say, Deathrite Shaman, Tyvar, more Tyvar. So this is Tyvar deck. I'm surprised they did not include the green-black elf that pings our opponent for each elf. So a little bit of mercy there. We'll give this one a try, see how this pans out. Yeah, for okay, so we could just line up the shot to draw a card. We really want to have a mana elf early because we really want to be ramping the stuff. I'll keep this. Mostly just so that we line up the okay, for the... Because we're most likely going to just line up the shot unless our opponent demonstrates a very good target for us. Okay, we're just going to draw a card now. Fire a warning shot. Okay. So we are now officially in trouble. I will probably try this one again. This was a very... We need at least one more mana to guarantee that we hit the mana elf, but no, when the Fatal pushes that. So we're probably just going to go for the Llanowar Tribe next turn. If we hit mana. This might be a problem. This deck does have its share of removal. Elvish Mystic. Unfortunately, these two are sorceries. This is a sorcery, so we can't use it as protection. And now that our opponent knows we're missing land drops, they're just gonna kill whatever we have right away. If we manage to play Tyvar, we would be able to double up on mana, I guess. But we ideally want to be playing Llanowar Tribe. I guess Utopia Sprawl does its thing. As much as I want to name black, we can't. And opponent is gonna have us ransom some stuff here. So okay, opponent. So opponent is gonna have the 5 mana to do Scarab God, so we need to do a lot of things in between. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So that's a finale for 5, unless they kill this, in which yeah, this is probably the worst matchup. In fact, it's probably the one argument that I think, why the heck did they put elves here? It would help if we were starting, but we're probably gonna lose this one. I'm gonna just concede this right away, and yeah, we did not win the die roll, and we did keep a sketchy hand. That was worthy of a mulligan, I suppose. We'll try it again, but I will have to say that that was a definite underperformer. Simply because a lot of the other decks are, I guess this is meant to be a foil for the combo decks. But I probably would prefer to run, say, the Naya deck or any of the other decks that can ramp into other large creatures, mostly because of Channel Storm and Show and Tell. At least this one gives us 3 mana, so we can go turn 2 Clan Caller, turn 3 Partisan. Opponent going first again, so that's always a concern. We can Sylvan Anthem first instead. Yeah, we're gonna do Sylvan Anthem first instead. Opponent's just gonna go Orcish Bowmasters. Yeah, they would have sniped this right away. So the question is, what do we do on turn 3? Like, yeah, the issue is that we're mostly missing mana.
I see you wish to join the vanquished dead of Dominaria's history.
So if it could give the Clan Caller the buff, I'm fine with it. We'll see what other options they have. They might just Lightning Bolt this right away. I'm kind of fine with it. No, Bitter Triumph. That's fine.
No defeat, lost. You underestimate.
So if we hit one more mana, it would Canopy Tactician. So I guess we're taking the pings for the time being. We could also Finale to search for a Overgrown Tomb. That does give us our 4 mana. This is indestructible, so Rex Sage does not line up here. So what we could do is go Scavenging. I kind of want to hit mana, but that is fine. It doesn't give us mana per se, but it does give us enough of a roadblock. That said, our opponent's going to be drawing a lot of cards. But I don't know if they have a Molten Impact. Okay. They went for that one. Do they have another burn spell? They do. So at least we did commit them to have them commit to 2 instead of just committing to 1. But still, this deck is awfully fragile for what it is, so we definitely can't cast that. If our opponent keeps drawing into removal, we're dead. If our opponent happens to hit, say, an Itali, we're probably dead too. No, it's just all removal. What the heck?
Let's do this.
So, well, at least there's a heroic intervention now. Yeah, but the thing, thing is, you're really living off the top of your deck with this one. It's opponents should not have a problem finishing us off, I assume. Okay, so we managed to buy ourselves a bit of time.
This'll be easy.
Graveyard Trespasser. No, they're gonna now start draining us a bit, which is an issue. Prosper, Tomebound. Okay, so this is definitely the Reanimator deck. Ooh, they hit Carnosaur too. You can't cast Eldritch Evolution. It's just gonna be a Finale X2. Oh wait, we can cast Eldritch Evolution. It will convert our mana into a 2-drop. We don't exactly have a good target. Our opponent's just gonna cast this anyway and start trumping over us. It doesn't untap the land, that's also another issue. I guess what we can do is we can put a roadblock since our opponent is about to... This is a May, so I'm just gonna target that. It does nothing, which is given. This is the land we kinda need, so we're gonna actually keep this up top. We are most likely gonna lose both creatures. Let's see if our opponent gets careless and no, they're actually gonna they're actually gonna stop drawing cards at this point. They're actually just gonna hard cast this.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
If they're going for the sacrifice, I'm just gonna sack the Rex Sage.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
But yeah, we're gonna be taking quite a bit of that.
Yup, you're going down.
Creature Discussion. Well, thankfully they cast that. It's... Oh no, they're not casting it. They're gonna go for us. Yeah, we go down to 5. We have to block. If they have another removal spell, that's just it. And it does, and it highlights the... Yeah, that's it. Definitely no way of winning from that one. And it also highlights that we did see a lot of ones there, but it just did not line up for us here. I probably there is a reason why nobody really played the mono green elf deck. It's so reliant on snowballing early. Just one stumble on your deck and it's over. But that said, we do have plenty of choices here. Death Pact Oracle is fine, Sneak Attack is fine, Reanimator is fine, Bard Class. So these 4 are kind of fine. There is an argument for Aristocrats if you want to go for early mid-range. Naya Bard Class also kind of does the same thing. Cowtech has a really weird name, but this one did pretty well for what it was. This is basically just Domain, and it actually works just fine. No comment on Jeskai or Azorius until they can get that working. If they do, we'll do a quick follow-up on that, but otherwise, that's it for our Gladiator Showcase. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.